Hello everybody, this is Bloody Sword here with another replay. So the other day I played a TvP on King's Cove and I just had a thought to go for Mass Reaper. Just pretty much any matchup. For TvT it's already kind of a thing where you go for a lot of Reapers very early on in the game and then you just kind of beat your opponent down pretty much because they don't have anything that can really deal with it effectively. Hellion will get out kind of slowly since they have to tech up the factory. And in TVZ, I've seen it done a little bit, and the main thing is you have to worry about link surrounds, but that can be countered with really good grenade control. And my thought against a Protoss player is, well, they have adepts and they have stalkers, but um, an adept can get outranged by a reaper, and with good micro you can just constantly keep them at bay with good grenade control. And stalkers, while they're good against reapers, they don't like hard counter them, as in they don't do additional damage to the reaper, and reapers don't do additional damage to the stalker, so they kind of trade actually pretty well. So since reapers can get into the base very early on, it doesn't really allow the Protoss player to get up their tech. My main concern obviously is going to be Stargate because, well, Reapers can't shoot up. So going to be speeding this game along, so I'm going to make my build look as normal as possible, have my barracks going up and getting my natural expansion out. Going to be just following the first Reaper, and first Reaper, again, just to scout what he's got, make sure that he's making an expansion, and again, trying to confirm whether he's building that Stargate or not. I see the Robo facility going down, and I'm extremely happy with that. Best micro ever, just lightly damage every single probe, and then finally pick off the correct one because I can actually target correctly. Then going to just be poking it back out. So again, I'm pretty happy with this. Got a free probe kill, and I was also able to scout out everything. Back at home, I built two barracks, and both of them have reactors. So I'm not entirely sure what the best way to do this is, because when you're going for Mass Reaper, the um, mineral count gets very high because you're constantly spending all of your gas on Reapers. And so, in fact, if we just look at my CC production, not the best, just now going to be getting the third and fourth gas at my natural expansion. He's going to be poking across the map with a couple of stalkers, and this is pretty normal for a Protoss player to do because, well, they want to try and do as much damage to the front as they possibly can. Going to be going for the poke in with the bunch of Reapers. Going to be pulling back the weak on one, and he doesn't really retarget or anything, so I'm able to do a lot of damage to that Stalker and get a couple of more probe kills that were kind of left over since they all transferred to the natural expansion. And he also sent these Stalkers all the way back home, and at this point I've already got a ton of Reapers in this main base. And going for a lot of Stalkers in the early game is actually pretty standard. Again, just to be constantly poking, and with a Twilight facility going for Mass Stalker, it's very common with the Blink upgrade. So going to be popping in here, doing a lot more damage, and that is, this is pretty much how the cookie crumbles. He really doesn't have any units. He does have a shield battery at his natural expansion, and another shield battery could have been really beneficial to him in his main base somewhere, but he just has a couple of observers that can happily see that all of his units are dead. And he also makes a couple of zealots. I don't exactly know what he was trying to accomplish with these because they will infinitely get kited. He doesn't have a Twilight for charge either. And so the main things that I'm worried about going forward with this type of strategy is Stargate openings. I feel like even with a Stargate opening, you can do some very cute things which will take a lot more multitasking. For example, just getting like 3 Reapers over here and then jumping into the main base from one angle and then sending the rest of the Reapers down to the natural expansion. It's kind of harder to poke into the natural expansion for this map specifically because there's no way to jump directly here, so you have to kind of go all the way around and then into the mineral line. But the main base is probably going to be where um, most of the damage is going to be done, probably. And Also, Adepts are pretty good against Reapers. But regardless, super fun strategy. Suggest all of you try it out. And I will see you guys next time.